Hi everybody, it's me Emily. Today I am here on this very pretty rainy day on my island, and I am so excited because it is my first ever speed build on this island, so I think it should be a lot of fun. And I'm going to be showing you all of the custom design codes that I've saved now. And yeah, we're just going to be creating a little path leading up to a house, but hopefully it will give you guys an idea of what kind of theme I'm going with for my island. And so fingers crossed you will all enjoy. Let's get on with the video. So I have created a kind of sample area right down here of what I guess the overall theme for my island is going to look like. So as you can see, the cedar trees are going to be playing a pretty prominent role. It's not super dark. I wanted to make it dark and gloomy, and right now I'm not convinced I've done an incredible job with that because some of my items are still quite colourful, but maybe I'll switch them out as I get darker items, or maybe a bit of colour is nice. But yeah, we're going to be inspired by that and kind of create the same thing coming from this bridge down to the house I've got going on down there. And the first thing I want to do is start out with this dark dirt path. Once I have picked out all of the codes that I want for this island, I'm going to do a video where I go through them all and talk them all through, and I'll also make a list. But right now, if there's a code that you see that you want, just leave me a comment and I will find the creator ID for it. But it shouldn't be too long until I've picked every code that I want, and then I'll be able to just do the full list, and it should be a lot easier for you all to find the codes I'm using. But yeah, I'm going to lay down this path. Now, the main kind of concept for this part of my island is that I want it to be a deep dark forest. Somewhere down here, I'm thinking I want to do Hansel and Gretel, and I'm going to put the house and then maybe a row of sweets or candy leading up to it. So I think that will be good for Hansel and Gretel. Also, Teddy's house is in this area, and for Teddy, I'm going to be doing Goldilocks and the 3 bears. So I'll be placing out 3 beds, 3 bowls of porridge, 3 chairs, and making a Goldilocks inspired area for him. And then finally on this path, it's going to lead to a wolf's house. And this is inspired by one of my favourite books, A Court of Thorns and Roses. And basically for that there is this deep dark forest, and then kind of behind it or at the back of it is this wall that leads you into the fairy kingdom. So I want to make this part dark. I'm going to use black, purple and blue flowers only, lots of cedar trees. And then up on that cliff that you can just see in the background here, I'm going to create what would be the wall into the fairy court. And then I'll be putting loads of pink and yellow and like light coloured hybrid flowers. And I think that will create a really nice distinction between the dark forest and then a light fairy garden that I'm going to place up there. So I'm hoping that will work out nicely. I'm just chucking a whole bunch of these cedar trees down wherever I can. Now eventually this whole area, everywhere that's not a path, is going to be covered in cedar trees, but right now I don't have enough grown, so I'm just placing a whole bunch around the path, but I'm not filling up the whole area just yet. You will see as well I have that little cedar tree that I've planted just on the right there. And basically if you guys want to do that, all you need to do is plant a cedar tree, wait until it grows to the height you want. So let's say you only want to leave it growing for maybe 2 or 3 days. And then behind it you plant a fruit, and then it won't be able to grow any further. I will just mention as well that I'm recording at home today, as will be for the next little while because I'm at home until my university starts back up again in September. So yeah, I'm recording at home, so if you can hear anything weird like my dog, please don't worry. It's just because yeah, obviously she's with me, so that's okay, but I don't think my mic should pick it up, but I always like to mention it just in case. And I'm coming through with some flowers and some design codes. I have this really cute puddle. I'm going to put that on the corner next to the river there. And then this bird house I think looks so nice up against the tree. And then I have these recycled boots I want to put somewhere. I'm starting with some dark dirt path and then adding a few little kind of sparkly codes on top. Then the recycled boots can go in front of that tree. And then I'm placing this garden gnome here. I have one very specific garden gnome I want. I wanted to find the one with the purple hat so that the purple will match the flower over there. And I'm not sure how much I love that dark dirt path. I'm not sure if I loved how it was looking, so I'm just going to take up some of that. and put a few more custom design codes down. Hopefully you all are liking the ones that I've picked out so far. I think there are some really good options here. Okay, so the flower can go there. Do I want the boots pushed in or pushed out? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna leave them out for now, but I will decide. And actually what I decided to do was come in with some of this country fencing and place it down. Really, I think fencing for this island, so far I'm planning on lots of country fencing and lots of the log fencing. The log fencing, it's what used to be known as halves fence. So yeah, lots of that. I just think they are really fitting for the theme. But I'll have a look at some of the other fences, but so far these are probably going to be my big two. And so yeah, I'm using that dark dirt custom design as the main path on this island, I think. And then I also have a little fairy path I'm going to be using. I also want to do a brick path for my shopping district and stuff. And then I'm trying to use the in-game paths a bit on this island as well. So you can see I'm using the in-game paths to create little squares, and this little curve that goes around the tree here I think looks really cute. I'm pleased with how that's turning out. And I have a whole bunch of furniture made, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to use, so I'm definitely doing some experimenting. I'm still so kind of new to this style of decorating, this foresty style, so I'm not quite sure exactly how to do it yet, whereas I feel like I was very comfortable with Kidcore. I could make the builds without too much messing around, I guess. Like I didn't need to place items down loads and loads of times to get them right because I knew where I wanted them. Whereas so far I'm finding this a little bit tricky. I have to kind of rearrange and really think about where I think stuff looks good. But that's good, I like a challenge, and I think this island is definitely going to challenge me because it is so different from my last island. But I love how this is looking. It's very, very natural, very cute. And here I'm looking for my gyroids. I had to actually run back to my house to get them. But I went with this little green jingloid, but you could hardly see it where I put him. And I liked him there, but I didn't want to make the path too cramped. So I actually think I'm going to place him a little bit further back. The thing is, I think I've been looking at some Forestcore photos online, and I think the paths normally are capped quite thin. But I personally don't love how it is to run around an island when I can't get through the gaps, and I think so for my own sake, I'm going to try and keep the paths a little bit wider just so that I can, run around. And if somebody's house is back here, I'm going to want to run for them if I want to chat with them or if they're crafting and stuff. So I'm going to try and leave it all just a little bit more open. I really like having that duster there. I think it looks very nice. And I got this pocketbook, which is like the ideal item for this island. I feel like I need to go to Reds and get a whole bunch of them because that pocketbook just looks so good. I'm going to come in with a few more pieces of fencing and hopefully add a little more depth to the island. And as always, please do make sure that you are commenting any books that you want me to include, any fairy tales, any books is good, just to make sure that I include your build on this island, because I have quite a few planned already, but I'm always looking for more ideas and I would love to include something that you guys want. This baby bear in the puddle looks so cute. I absolutely love how he looks. And I went and grabbed some weeds and some glowing moss and vines and stuff. And actually, even though I grabbed the glowing moss, what I basically decided is, because I want this area to be a bit more dark and to create a nice contrast to the spring area that not the spring, or like the fairy area I'm going to be doing maybe in a few weeks, I decided not to actually use glowing moss just because I think it's a bit too dark. So yeah, it will make more sense if I just stick with the regular weeds for now, and then I'll put the glowing moss up, probably up in a different build. So now I think we are done. Let me take you on the final walkthrough of this area. So you can come over this gorgeous brick bridge, and you can see there is this dark dirt path. There's a gnome here waiting to talk to you, a duster and a birdhouse with that beautiful purple pansy behind. There's a butterfly model, all of these trees just kind of looming over you, and it leads back to that house there. I am honestly so happy with how this build turned out. For a first build on this island, I need to get a bit more comfortable until it will be like really good, I think, but for a first build I'm very happy, and I hope that you have all enjoyed. If you did like it, please consider leaving me a like and a comment. I love reading all of your comments, and you can subscribe to see what I get up to on this island. And let me just thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!